So many fucking movies!
When do we start?
We just did.
Oh, son. Oh, fuck, I just stepped on this. Hey guys, Mike here with We Watch Movie. Welcome back on another Redbox Weekly. Sometimes people's pants fall off, sometimes they don't, and that could be a problem too.
Damn right.
Yeah, starting off this week, we got some good picks, some shitty picks, the usual stuff with Redbox, but it makes for a fun weekend if you got nothing else to do. You're not going to want to rent all these movies, and that's what I'm here for, to tell you why. So, we'll start with Swelter. This movie is this director who wants to be like a Quentin Tarantino type feel, wants to have that sort of thing going on, gets an ensemble group of actors, including who's standing in the middle of the ensemble on the cover of the movie, Jean Claude Van Damme, the greatness. The muscles from Brussels. The guy who makes chicks with bricks. Frank Dukes. It starts with a heist. They try to do this Tarantino-esque type thing where they cut it up and they set it up in non-chronological order and non-linear storytelling. There's a heist, stuff goes wrong, one of the guys gets injured and doesn't go to jail, but they don't know if he's dead. The rest of them do go to jail, and then when they get out, they go on a mission, they get the crew back together to go find the money, and they go to this little town in the middle of Nevada where it's really hot, and that's all anybody in the movie ever talks about. Seriously, every 5 seconds, it's like, why is it so goddamn hot in this town? Fuck, it's hot. Damn, it's so hot. Like, that's just, we get it. The town of Baker is very hot. And you've got these two guys with the fancy like guns that Nicolas Cage had in Face Off with the gold handles, and they're like doing like gun tricks and shit like that. The most unbelievable like non-badasses ever. Like they've got like, one of them's got this long hair and he's just kind of, he just looks like a sissy, but he's like doing yo-yo tricks with his guns everywhere. The story goes way off course. They try to do some really fancy shit with it. And there's connections here, and this person knows this person. Oh, there's a plot twist here, and you're like, I don't give a shit. It's a direct-to-DVD movie. I want to see someone get roundhoused in the face. Stop trying to be fancy with it. If you were that good at it, I wouldn't be renting it from Redbox for $1 just because it has Jean Claude Van Damme on the cover.
Teach me. I can do it.
If you're gonna do that shit to me, put Jean Claude Van Damme in the fucking movie. He's only in the movie for a few minutes. He's a fucking afterthought.
You are not Japanese. You are not a Tanaka.
But he wasn't even trying this, and you could tell he was probably pissed that he had such a stupid little role.
You told me, using any technique that works, never to limit myself to one style.
He was just one of the dudes in the crew, and every once in a while, he wouldn't even like fight somebody, he'd just be like, don't do that.
To keep an open mind.
Seems like in this movie, his American accent got worse. And I love Jean Claude Van Damme, don't get me wrong.
To honor you, Shidashi.
So every time they come to me, like, you don't kill him, man. And you'd be like, what? And you'd be like, you don't kill him, man. I don't want to fight him. And it's just like, what? I can't even understand what you're saying, Jean Claude Van Damme. And then there's a fight, and did not do the badassness of Jean Claude Van Damme well at all in this movie. They really mucked that shit the fuck up. Not a very good movie. There's some cool action scenes in it. I'll give it a 3.5 for effort, I guess, out of 10. So that gets a, you should have put fucking Jean Claude Van Damme in the fucking movie you had him on the fucking cover for, assholes. That's the rating for Swelter. Next up we got My Man is a Loser. It had John Stamos in it, who I like. I can't help it. The Full House is Jesse, you know? I like the guy, even if he is in yogurt commercials. You fucking yogurt eater. Brian Callen in it, who's a comedian who looks just like Joe Rogan, who was the host from Fear Factor. I always get those two confused, and it's got Michael Rappaport in it, who's gained some weight. It's totally unbelievable from the get-go because it's that type of movie they do the exact same thing. It's so generic. There's 3 guys, their wives are unhappy with them, they can't get anything right. They happen to be giant idiots, but they also happen to be rich. Why is it, by the way, in rom-coms, all the guys are like, nobody like works at a gas station. Everybody's like, you know, I own my own company, you know, downtown. And they can't get anything right with their wives, so they go to their young single buddy who just knocks out chicks at left and right every night, just bangs a different chick every night, and he's the cool one. And it's John Stamos.
You, my boys, have lost your ability to connect with your wives.
Bang.
Yeah, the guy in the yogurt commercials. Like, I know that John Stamos is a sexy dude, ladies. I get it. But trying to make him the young, like, I don't have any attachments. I just live in my bachelor pad and knock chicks left and right every night. You know, I just live this free lifestyle. It's like, it's kind of pathetic at that point though. It's not even like cool. It's like you're wearing like a purple suede shirt, you own a bar, of course. Everybody, shit. He owns a bar and just like all the women love him and he's got all the answers and all their friends go to John Stamos for advice and he's like, this is how you make your wife happy. It's so unbelievable. It's like you own it. Like Michael Rappaport, you got a shitload of money. They're trying to close this big deal with these lawyers for their company to sell it for like millions of dollars or whatever. And he can't make a fucking peanut butter sandwich. Michael Rappaport's all like, I mean, I don't know. I just want to save some jelly. I don't know when to put the jelly on it. And you're like, what the fuck is going on right now? You're better than this, Michael Rappaport.
All the food groups. I got the fruit group and the peanut butter group.
Don't think I didn't notice he's skipping out on the jelly.
It's just that Alex is
Marty jelly.
That being said, some funny stuff does happen. Even the movie is like one of the most generic pieces of shit I've ever seen in my life. You end up liking the characters. Maybe it's just because Rappaport, Callan, and Stamos are likable guys, even though they should have never ever done this movie.
Two Jews walk into a bar.
Yourself.
Love you.
What a bunch of bitches these women are in this movie. Like, you're supposed to side with them and be like, you know, these guys are such idiots, they just can't get it right. But I would divorce those chicks. I mean, they're assholes. They're just never happy. These guys are trying their asses off and they're just like, I'm gonna go spend all your money or fuck the gardener. It's like, that's not okay in this world if you're unhappy with your husband to threaten him with fucking the gardener. And I think she's half serious about it. This one gets a 4.5 for me as well. I enjoyed it for some weird reason. I would never watch it again. I don't know why I watched it in the first place. For you guys, this one gets a, you're way too old to be playing those fucking roles. Next up we have the dreaded, and I fucking just hated to have to sit through and watch this, A Haunted House 2.
Those titties?
Maybe this is for the best.
Now, I watched the first one. I laughed a couple times at it. You can see our review of the first one right bang here. And sorry, I don't know why I'm yelling. Sometimes I feel like a game show host. One of the Waynes, I can't remember which one it is. One of the Waynes is back and he's doing this, the same guy from the first movie. Again, there's some stuff that's funny in this movie. You know the story, it's just a, it's a scary movie based on, it's a scary movie, fuck it. And first off, they did the exact same jokes. Like, half of the gags in this movie are the same gags that were in the first movie and they just did them over again. I'm not fucking kidding you. There's a doll fucking, there's a dog dying, and I get that it's supposed to be like a joke that it's happening again, but it's the exact same reactions. Like, he runs around screaming like a girl, which sometimes is funny, in doses. They did a couple jokes off of Sinister, which made me laugh my ass off. They had like Bagul over there, and he's like doing dumb shit, and he's always fucking up, and that shit's really funny. But when they do the same exact jokes they did in the first movie, and they come back, and it's the same exact Paranormal Activity ripoff. When they go to new movies, sometimes it's fresh and it's a little bit funny. But they're doing the same exact thing. He's living in this nice new house, he brings out a bunch of cameras, people gets possessed, and he does the same shit. Only the Annabelle doll's in it for a minute, instead of the original doll.
I think I might have fucked the wrong bitch. Look at that. Straight up stalker. She's crazy.
And sometimes, like usual, it's just way too fucking much. I get that you have to have a, what you think is a funny sex scene, like every 5 minutes. Like, you fast forward and everyone's like,
See, now you just made it weird.
I get the sex joke or whatever, that's fine, but then he rolls off the bed and she has to squirt like a water hose fountain into his face. That's just not funny. It's just kind of gross.
It's comfortable. Well, it's not comfortable for us.
And then the whole race thing, like, seriously. I know I'm a white male, so I'm not allowed to say anything about anybody. But seriously, can we stop with the racial jokes? They're not funny anymore. There's been 3 fucking million movies with the same damn jokes, and half of the fucking stand-up comedians with the same stick. It's not that funny anymore. Like, at least not to me. Maybe other people find it funny, I don't know, but I'm just done with like the racial jokes. And I'm not offended by them, but they're just not funny anymore. Like, I get it, white people are different. They have a bunch of jokes about Mexicans mowing lawns and shit like that. It's like, dude, can you not find something else that you're funny at other than that one little area? I mean, it's pretty well covered with like a million other people already. And it's the same fucking movie as the first Haunted House. If you like that one, you'll like this one. It's the same shit, literally, for the most part, it's the same shit. It gets a 3.5 for me. Now, going from one spectrum completely the other side of the spectrum, from the South Park land up to like kind of snooty romantic comedy movie land, we go to Words and Pictures. I like Clive, it's got Clive Owen in it, and even though the chick he's courting kind of looks like Liam Neeson, no offense to her, I mean, Liam Neeson's a good looking guy. She's not ugly. She's not ugly. I'm not saying she's ugly. She just kind of looks like Liam Neeson. Would I fuck Liam Neeson? No. But But she does kind of look like Liam Neeson, and she's not ugly. I mean, you can take from that what you want. I don't know. Yeah, so Clive Owen's a teacher, and he's a drunk, which is fun because he gets drunk and does stupid shit like plays racquetball in his house and just breaks all his shit while listening to rock music, and it's pretty funny. But he's a drunk. I guess it's not supposed to be funny, it's supposed to be sad, but it makes me laugh. And he's a really, really smart guy, but it works because he's got that English accent. And it's just like, dude, you're fucking smart. I just want to listen to you talk all day. And he's an English teacher, but he's like giving up on students because of technology and all this shit like that. And he's like, words are really important. He's really good in this role. And he meets an art teacher who's like an amazing artist, and she comes in to teach these students. And the only reason she's there is because she's got this crazy arthritis, and it's taking away everything that she loves. So she's struggling with that. He's struggling with alcohol and his son. And he kind of likes her because they're both kind of fucking nuts. And they have this war in the school, and then they fall in love and shit like that happens. It's a romantic comedy. It's a little bit different. If you're used to watching these movies, he doesn't chase her down in an airport or anything like that. And it's just got, it's a well-written script. It's got really good acting in it. I like this movie. I can't say that it was bad. They tell a little bit of the stories of the kids in the school too, and you've got this whole sort of Dead Poets Society thing going on, I guess, in the background. And it's an interesting little movie to watch. I liked it. I wish that the chick wasn't so damn snooty all the time in this movie, but apart from that, it's a good movie. It kind of ended a little bit abruptly, but whatever. I really like the characters in it. I give Words and Pictures a 7.5. I would watch that shit. If your lady wants to watch it, you could do a whole lot worse. You know there's some landmines in that Redbox too. You know there's some shit that she's gonna, as she's scrolling through, it's gonna be like, oh, don't pick that, and she did.
Why do you have to try so hard to seem crazy?
Do you even think she's pretty? She's pretty. I don't think she's that pretty.
I corrected your paper.
You could have just corrected it. You didn't have to rewrite the whole thing.
You're going down the tunnel of death. You're young. You don't know why you do things. But there's always a reason.
I don't know why. It's like every time I see a movie like this, I fall in love with it. It's weird, and these kids are fucked up. I don't know why I love fucked up suburban kids so much. It's just so endearing. Like, you just want to watch that shit. Maybe it's because I didn't come from a troubled neighborhood or anything like that. I didn't come from like wealth or anything like some of these kids did. And not when you do it like the OC, but when you get the real fucked up kids. You know, I mean, it's sad sometimes, like some bad shit happens to these kids and you really do feel bad for them. But the acting in the movie is really good. There's this one kid who's just fucking nuts and you don't know what he's gonna do from 1 minute to the next. If you like those type of movies, if you like American Beauty type stuff, it's not on that level, but it's still a really good movie. I enjoyed it, even though I wish they should have wrapped some of the shit up a little better. When it ends, you're kind of just like, I wanted something else to happen. It just felt like it was just like, boo, and nothing, there was no wrap around the hay bale. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they signed it and sealed it and they just didn't deliver it. But for the most part, it's still a signed, sealed, delivered. I thought it was decently directed. I thought it was really well written. I thought it was really well acted. I'm gonna give it an 8.0. Next up, we have Assault on Arkham, which is the new DC Batman animated film, which I like the shit out of it. I go get the Suicide Squad and this government official, Waller, who's this really, really fat lady. If you can tell, he eats like 17 Big Macs a day. I mean, her neck is like... She puts this squad together, she puts bombs in their necks and make them do shit for them. She wants them to go kill the Riddler for some reason, who's in Arkham. So they break into Arkham to go do that because they have no other choice, so she's gonna blow them up. And Deadshot leads this crew, involving Harley and a bunch of other hooligans, into Arkham, and Batman has to go stop them. And yeah, so, but it's pretty fun. I love Deadshot's character in this movie. He was a badass. Don't let your kids watch it. There's one point where Harley looks at him and she's trying to bang him and she's like, I'll take you to around Gotham sometime. I know some really tight places. Just a little bubble right there to show that you should not let your kids watch this because they, some cartoon characters banged that at one point and it's just like, oh shit, that just happened. And it's funny because when you watch this, if you watch it, Deadshot has like your exact reaction to that. Well, she is kind of crazy. Ah, fuck it. But it's really good. It's entertaining to watch. The animation when they get up close to their faces and all that good, in my opinion. I don't know shit about animation, so don't really take my opinion on that. But it just kind of looked kind of blurry, and I didn't love it when it got up close, but the action scenes were badass. The action scenes looked really good. I thought the Joker was done well. I thought the voice acting was done awesome. I really dug the shit out of Assault on Arkham. So if you like DC animated films, that's one thing DC definitely does better than Marvel is animated films. You gotta give them credit on that for sure. And Do not get in a Marvel vs. DC war on my comments. Actually, do what the fuck you want. I'll take what I can get. I give it an 8.0 for what it is. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I liked it a lot. And Batman was in it enough for me. I thought Deadshot and the rest of the crew and Joker and his whole thing going on was entertaining to watch. I didn't actually miss Batman in this one. And this week's I'm not even gonna watch that shit pick is Tekken 2. I actually did watch it for a second, and I swear to God, the first like karate move that came out of this movie was like, it looked like this. Okay, I'm gonna flip over you now, okay? Here. Ah! It was edited so poorly I watched 30 seconds of it and I was done. So this week's I'm not even gonna watch that shit pick goes to Tekken 2, and I'm sure many of you won't either. Fucking Captain America 2. Captain America 2 is the last one that we're gonna talk about this week. You can see the review. You can see the review in this link. We did a spoiler review for it, and we did a regular review for it. That would be my #1 official pick, obviously, on Redbox to watch this week. I believe I gave it a 9.5. It's nearly perfect, and it's a super badass movie. One of the best Marvel movies ever. Definitely, if you haven't seen that, it's worth $1.50 for the Blu-ray. It's worth a hell of a lot more than that. Definitely watch Captain America 2. If you haven't seen it yet, watch it again if you have. But you already know that, because you've already seen it. And if you've seen it, you don't need my fucking opinion. Guys, that's this week's Redbox. We'll see you soon with Scarefest and some good Halloween shit coming up really soon. And next week with another Redbox. I believe next week it's real slim pickings, so enjoy it. But I'm Mike from We Watched the Movie. We'll see you guys next time.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.